So we're moving on to the arch tape job. For this particular tape job, as with all the others, we want to be sure that we're asking the patient if they've been taped before, if they have any allergies, making sure there aren't any open wounds on their feet. We also want to make sure they've been evaluated by an athletic trainer. And then we want to be sure that we understand the rationale for why we're doing this. We want to really support the medial longitudinal arch for this particular tape job, helping to support the medial side when someone has some pes planus type positioning of the foot. So if we're going to support the medial longitudinal arch of the foot here, we want to position the patient so the toes are in flexion, and we don't want to put the foot into full inversion. We just want to turn the foot a little bit into toward the medial side as we perform this tape job. Spray is going to really help the tape to adhere to the foot. So as they get sweaty, hopefully the tape will adhere a little better with this spray. We're going to start with the anchor with 1.5 inch tape. It's going to go at the base of the the base of the metatarsals. As we go around the foot, we want to be sure that we're not pinching those metatarsal heads. Lay that down and spread those out as we go. The second anchor we're going to do is going to be almost like a horseshoe, and that anchor will help to allow for the horizontal strips that I'll add at the end of the tape job, give them something to which to stick as we finish off the tape job. So those are the first two anchors. We're then going to pick up maybe 1 inch tape. It's a little easier to use for the Lodi arch tape. We're going to start from the 5th metatarsal. We're going to move from the lateral and pull up on the medial side as we support the medial side of the foot, that medial longitudinal arch. So you can see you want to be careful not to pinch the posterior side of the heel. You may want to add a bandage or a heel and lace pad to that portion of the foot if it becomes irritated. So pulling up on the medial side, as I mentioned a second ago. Then we're going to move across the foot, overlapping these X strips by about a half. Once again, pulling up on the medial side of the foot to support the medial longitudinal arch. Then the third strip helps support, again, overlapping and help support the medial side of the arch. You can vary the number of strips you do depending on the size of the foot of the patient that you have. 3 looks like it's going to work pretty well here. I'm going to move to the horizontal strips, moving back to the 1.5 inch tape from the lateral to the medial side of the foot. Again, the purpose of the tape job is to support the medial longitudinal arch, so we really want to pull up on the medial side as we move up the foot. You're going to overlap these by about a half as we go up the foot. So part of what this does is help cover the strips we've already laid down, but also helps provide even more medial support, not going all the way around the foot, which might impede the foot a little bit, but really kind of pulling up on the medial side to support the arch. And then one last strip that helps cover up those tape ends, otherwise they may get pulled off when we put on a sock. So you want to cover up those loose ends by the toes. And we'll close off the whole tape job with some PowerFlex that will help give some flexibility to the foot as it steps down as we go all the way around the foot with this to close off any open ends that we might have. And the last step would just be to have them step down, test it functionally, see if there's any feedback they need to give, too tight or too loose.